Hello everyone, you're welcome to another interesting episode of the Nabila Show on Muftau Nabila Abla YouTube channel, your home of exclusivity. Well, just the last couple of hours, you probably might have read a plethora of reports, especially from my Twitter angle that had mentioned that the Ghana Football Association have sacked Milovan Rajevac, who is the head coach of the Black Stars. These stories are no longer new to you, but what is actually new to you is what the Ghana Football Association have been doing behind the scenes, following a directive from the Ministry of Youth and Sports that they should part company with the Serbian. The meeting between the GFA and the Ministry of Youth and Sports was frank, it was blunt, though the statement was quite diplomatic. The ministry actually directed the GFA to go and sack him. The GFA requested for a letter before they would part company with Milovan Rajevac. They said that the ministry should write them a letter directing them to sack him. The ministry, however, did not write that letter. But the Ghana Football Association on Tuesday had a meeting with the Ministry of Youth and Sport that lasted close to 3 hours per our understanding. And they have resolved that they are going to sack Milovan Rajevac on Wednesday after an executive council meeting. The head coach of the team, Milovan Rajevac, submitted his technical report on the African Cup of Nations to the Black Stars Management Committee on Monday. The Management Committee also put together their report and added it to that of the technical report put together by the technical team and submitted it to the Ghana FA on Tuesday. And after that submission, there was a meeting with the Ministry of Youth and Sports on the way forward in relation to the future of Milovan Rajevac. Before all these things had happened, the Ghana Football Association had done a lot of consultations behind the scenes and wanted to have a clear understanding of what the government wanted them to do. And if you watch the last episode of the Nabila Show, we mentioned that the decision to sack Milovan Rajevac was a government decision. Cabinet actually approved it, and not a decision of the Ghana Football Association. The Ghana Football Association, even though as we speak, their position has not changed. They still want to keep him. But they have been advised that you cannot be seen to be fighting government, especially when there's the blessing of the presidency to sack the coach. And one thing that also has to be understood is that they were made to understand that the taxpayer pays the head coach. The taxpayer says he doesn't want the head coach anymore, so go and sack him. So after those consultations, the GFA had a meeting with the Ministry of Youth and Sports, and they have resolved that they are going to sack their head coach, Milovan Rajevac, on Wednesday after the Executive Council meeting. I must add that it is not just the head coach that's going to be fired. The entire technical team is going to be dissolved when the Executive Council meets on Wednesday. The Management Committee that received the technical report from the head coach and his technical team, they've also been dissolved. They will be reconstituted, and all this will be communicated when the FA goes into their meeting and officially release a statement that we expect to have on Wednesday or latest Thursday. The minister has also directed that they should reconstitute the management committee. There's always one interesting thing about the management committee that I think politicians have got an interest in. I do recall that the government wanted to appoint its own as a chairman of the management committee. They actually wanted Sami Kufuor to chair that committee. The FA told them, their regulation does not permit it. And when they were asked to point where in their regulation says that a management committee of the Black Stars cannot be someone who is outside the executive committee of the Football Association, they could not point out one, but they still decided to defy the orders of not appointing Sami Kufuor as the chairman of the management committee. But finally, they're going to adhere to a directive from government where they're going to dissolve the technical team and also dissolve the management committee. But at this point, it's unclear if Osei Kufuor, who is also a part of that management committee, will still maintain his post, though he was government's choice to be the management committee chairman in the build-up to the African Cup of Nations. This actually started somewhere October, November last year, but there was no finality to it. Now, let's come back to the head coach, Milovan Rajevac, and his other technical team members, what is likely to happen, what they've been asking for, and what are the conversations that have happened behind the scenes. What we understand is that Milovan Rajevac's contract will expire on September 19, 2022. He's on the $30,000 monthly salary. So the $30,000 for the next 9 months will be $270,000, which is the residual value of the contract. But the Ghana Football Association says that for Milovan Rajevac to be sacked, he will pay the compensation of $400,000. As to where the GFA got that figure from, the Nabila show cannot independently explain, but we hazard that Milovan Rajevac probably demanded for a compensation in the region of $130,000. Because if he demanded for that compensation, what it would mean is that the $30,000, if you add it to the $270,000, which is the residual value of his contract, it will give you $300,000, plus the $100,000, which will come together to make it $400,000. Earlier, what we were made to understand was that he wanted $100,000 compensation for the decision of the Ghana FA to part company with him. But now, it appears to be more than that, as the Ghana Football Association have told the Minister of Youth and Sports that they will sack him. They will issue an official statement on Wednesday or latest Thursday morning to sack him. We can report authoritatively that that statement will happen on Wednesday. They will sack him on Wednesday, and whatever is left will be sorted out as we speak. So it is $400,000 that ministry have been asked to pay the head coach, Milovan Rajevac. As I stated, I cannot independently state why the money has shot up to $400,000 because it's supposed to be $270,000. But if the FA says it's $400,000, it's dependent on the conversations they've had with the coach. I'm yet to get an official position or even sources explained to me, because at this point it's becoming extremely difficult. So who are the people that the GFA have considered for the role of Milovan Rajevac should he be fired on Wednesday, as an official statement is expected? Otto Addo is the first choice of the Ghana Football Association. They think that Otto Addo can do a good job as head coach of the Black Stars. They think that his short stint with the team in the 2 matches against Zimbabwe, double leg, Ethiopia, then South Africa, before the bust up he had with Milovan Rajevac, which led to his decision not to come for the African Cup of Nations. They think that he has a very good idea about what the team can do and will do a better job. The second option is Ibrahim Tanko. That is in the books of the Ghana Football Association. But Ibrahim Tanko is the first choice of other people, quote and unquote, the politicians. Ibrahim Tanko is their first choice. But the GFA's first choice is Otto Addo. Second choice is Ibrahim Tanko. And third choice, guess what? Kwesi Appiah. If you ever thought Kwesi Appiah's stint with the Black Stars is over, no, it's entirely not over. What we've been made to understand is that his name has come out, but many have said, come on, he's had a lot of opportunities with the Black Stars, so yeah, they shouldn't even consider him at all. But the FA have said that, okay, what about the role of assistant coach? I'm not sure Kwesi Appiah will be willing to accept the role of an assistant coach for the Black Stars. Having coached the team as head coach 2 times, why would he come and accept the role of an assistant coach? I'm not sure Kwesi Appiah will accept that, but his name has come out as a potential coach. If Otto Addo is not available, Ibrahim Tanko will get a job. Out of these 3, Ibrahim Tanko is the lead. He's the lead because even the FA are unconvinced that they will get Otto Addo. But Otto Addo is their first choice to become the head coach of the Black Stars. And he's going to be the coach in the interim and not the substantive coach. There are so many other things that have happened behind the scenes that we'll share with you subsequently. But at this point, the substantive matter is what I've shared with you. Milovan Rajevac sacking will be confirmed on Wednesday. And Otto Addo, Ibrahim Tanko, Kwesi Appiah, one of these will be appointed the Black Stars head coach. But it is 90% Otto Addo, 99.9% Ibrahim Tanko. That's what we can report for you for now. And $400,000 compensation for Milovan Rajevac. Nabila Abdullahi for the Nabila Show. We appreciate your company, as always.